how to really clarify what you truly desire in your relationship. And this is going to be completely a game changer. I know that's kind of a overused word, but it totally changes how you see yourself, how you show up, how you interact with your partner. And the reason is you're coming from a place of deeply grounded and rooted truth. So if you are in a place where you are in confusion and indecision and not sure whether you should stay or you should go, and noticing the anxiety that produces, just living in the land of confusion just provokes a lot of anxiety. And you'll often notice, reaching out for that extra glass of wine, that extra piece of chocolate. Working is a great way to avoid intimacy. Overworking is a great way to avoid intimacy. And so you're reaching for all these distractions to avoid having to make a decision. So for me, I was the classic, overachiever when it comes to self-help. I've read so many relationship books and constantly was comparing my relationship to others and reading all these, self-help books about what I needed to do to improve my relationship and all these tools that I need to be using and these conversations I needed to be having. And it put so much pressure on my relationship that it really was suffocating my relationship. So I'm going to share with you what you can do to start to relieve that pressure. If you're feeling that pressure of trying to figure it out, trying to fix it, not sure what to do, seeking all the answers outside of you and even looking for signs and even noticing how people respond to you when you tell what's going on and seeing if you can get kind of a hint of what to do instead of that, which causes a lot of anxiety because you're placing a lot of your power outside of yourself for someone else to make a decision for you or to guide you in the right direction, is coming back to the truth of who you are. And I'm going to share with you how you can do that by learning to see yourself with HeartVision and how that will help you relieve that pressure, help you clarify what you desire. And then I'm also going to share with you a spiritual discipline you can start to practice that will really help you come to a place where you're able to relax, you're able to play and experiment, and you're able to come from a whole different way of being, which of course is what changes your relationship. So if you have questions as we go, please fire away. And if you watch on the replay, let me know. I'd love to know you're here. So, relationships really are the key to change in any area of your life. They are the foundation of what you believe about yourself and what's possible for you. So when you notice you're struggling in your romantic relationship, it's just an indicator that you've lost that connection with who you truly are. And you're looking at your relationship, you're looking at yourself through the lens of the world and what the world says about you, about how relationships are meant to be. And that, of course, sets you on a cycle of comparison, which, of course, is going to create endless anxiety and really is a form of self-hatred, really, which, of course, is what causes the self-soothing, the seeking out alcohol and sweets and sometimes social media or binging on watching too many shows or whatever it might be for you. It's to relieve that discomfort of just being that feeling of insecurity about who you are and is this the right relationship for you and is this the right person for you and what does that even look like and what do you even want? So you can get out of that, and I'm going to help you take those first steps to get out of that. So really, learning to see yourself with HeartVision is what will really start to shift things for you. The first thing it will do is it takes that pressure off of your relationship. Instead of focusing so intensely on what is lacking in your relationship or where it's not meeting up to the standards of some false idea of what a relationship is meant to be based on maybe some books you read or on other relationships, whatever it might be. And coming back to changing your focus from criticizing yourself, criticizing relationship, criticizing your partner, to really shifting your focus and looking up in studying the most important relationship we have, which is our relationship with God. So it's really understanding, how did God design you? Well, He is love. So He designed you to love. And understanding how He loves you and seeing from that perspective will help you understand the possibility for you to love that is often sometimes hard for us to comprehend, because how God loves you is really, it is beyond human comprehension. The fact that He loves you no matter what. You can't earn His love. You can't prove yourself to earn His love. No matter how many times you mess up, He still loves you. And so having really a grounding in the truth of who God is and His love, and studying that, is what will start to change and shift you to an understanding of how you are designed and how you are wired to be in relationship, is from a place of acceptance, not criticism. It's not from a place of having to measure up or to fix or criticism and condemnation. It's really coming from a place of seeing beyond all of that to the love that is in you, the love that is in your partner, the really core truth of who you are. And that is what allows you to really start to change how you interact, change the kind of conversations you have, being able to play and lighten up and really experiment and explore and see, what is it that you truly desire? And letting go of any attachment to what society says, what books say, what other relationships look like, and come to the truth of what is the desire in your heart for relationship. And it is going to be unique to you. It's not going to be like anyone else's relationship. It's not going to be like something you read in a book. And it's not going to be this blueprint for what it is to have a successful relationship. It's going to be uniquely wired for how you connect and how that responds to how uniquely wired your partner is to connect as well. So that's the first part, is really changing your perspective. And then the second part, to really start to bring this into like coming full circle here, because coming from the truth is the first step. But then, of course, it's easy to lose that. You know, something happens, you get triggered, you get irritated, and you're back into the old way of being. So I'm going to share with you a spiritual discipline that will help you, that you can practice daily, multiple times a day, to keep you on the path of who you're meant to be and how you're meant to be in relationship and what that looks like. So this spiritual discipline is really not letting any thought go unchecked. Of anything that comes in that's a criticism of yourself, a criticism of your relationship, a criticism of your partner, you notice you're back into fix-it mode. You notice you're starting to seek another book, another course, you're comparing yourself to another relationship, whatever it might be, bring that thought into captivity. You need to catch it and not let it go unchecked and just go on its merry way and spiral down into negativity. And the next thing you know, you're in an argument with your partner and you don't remember why, or something he did that annoyed you that you probably wouldn't have even noticed if you had brought this thought into captivity. And what you want to do is bring it into captivity, and then you want to ask yourself, is this the truth? And what I mean by the truth is this bringing me life? Is it bringing you love? Is it bringing you joy? Is it bringing you peace? And if not, you want to cast it out as a lie. And then you want to come back to, what is the truth? What is the truth about what God says about love, about relationships, about you, about how you're designed, about Him, and about how He loves you? Coming back to that truth so that that lie no longer has any power over you. And part of this also is turning away from the lie, of not entertaining those lies anymore, and really grounding yourself in what is edifying to you, what thoughts are bringing you life, what words are bringing you life. And if those thoughts and words that are coming in are not bringing you life, they're not edifying, you cast them out right away. And then you come back to the truth. And then you can plant the truth everywhere. You can have little notes. You can have reminders on your phone, whatever it takes. And this is why it's called a discipline. It takes practice. And this is so vital to your emotional health, your spiritual health, your relational health, of course, your mental health, and your physical health, because what you believe determines your behavior. when you are coming from a belief that something is fundamentally flawed about you, your partner, and your relationship, your behavior is going to follow. You're going to be attacking, you're going to be criticizing, you're going to be nitpicking, nagging, all those things that you don't even like. And of course, your partner doesn't like. And of course, it's destroying your relationship and disconnecting you instead of building your relationship and allowing for more connection, more love, and more intimacy. So this is vital to the success of your relationship, is to really just take command over your thoughts and come from the truth. So when you change what you believe from the inside out, of course, your behavior will naturally change. And what you'll notice is you'll be more accepting. You'll be more in a place of play and appreciation. You'll start to be choosing intimacy instead of coming from a place of irritation, in choosing connection instead of feeling disconnected. And it'll become naturally. It won't be this forced thing that you're trying to do because you read a book that told you to do it. It'll come from the overflow of God's love in you that you want to pour out into your relationship, into your partner. And from there, I mean, your relationship has so many ways to grow. And there's no more confusion, there's no more indecision, because you're not operating out of trying to figure it out. You're operating out of, who do you need to be in order to really experience the fullness of God's love? Which means really you don't need to be anyone because you already are. And that's what relieves that pressure. And that's what really opens you up to a relationship that is beyond your wildest dreams, because that is what you're designed for. If you can describe it sort of like how you did it and how you figured it out, then you're not relying on God. And then it's not going to be as incredible as it is capable of being. When you open up and say, I don't know how this relationship, it's just phenomenal. It's just, I don't understand how I can experience so much love and how far we've come. That's when you know God's had a hand in it. And that's what God wants to do for you, is to have a hand in your life and in your relationship, to have that intimacy with you that you so desire to have with your partner. And that's where it starts. So I would love to hear from you. What are your current wrestles or struggles? I don't like the word struggles. Where are you currently wrestling in your relationship? And what is it that you feel needs to change? And what would happen once that changes? What would be possible for you to really start to let go of all the things that you believe you need to change, all the things that need fixing, and come from a place of really trusting God is guiding you and created you to be in relationship, and He's going to do the work in you to heal you so that you can be in the relationship that you truly desire and be the partner that you truly desire, which of course will make you attractive to the partner that you truly desire. So I am opening up 4 spots in my 120-day relationship evolution from dysfunction to divinity, because most relationships have elements of dysfunction because we're human beings and we make mistakes. And we have some complicated, beliefs that are driving a lot of our behavior. And so really coming from a place of how do we transition out of that into the divinity of who we truly are designed to be. And the impact that will have in your relationship is greater intimacy, greater connection, a deeper love than you've ever experienced before, and just an openness to receive what you truly desire. So if you're curious, I'm opening up 4 spaces, like I mentioned, and there are some availability for some insight calls. And what we will do on those calls is really clarify what it is that you desire and what needs to be released in order for you to receive that. All right, so I can't wait to see you, and I hope to see you on a call, and look forward to hearing your comments and ahas, and any questions that you have. Of course, I'll be back to answer later. All right, talk to you soon.